welcome back to episode 3 of my brand new series, Danny's Magic Mocktails. We've been making the most amazing mocktails for this holiday season that you could serve at any holiday party. And today might be one of my favorite drinks in the entire series. We are going to be making what I call the Christmas Star. Now, this idea came about, and this may already exist somewhere. I'm not saying I'm the first one to invent it, but I did see that I had some orange juice left over in the fridge, and I decided to kind of make a drink surrounding that theme with a winter touch. In this episode, we are going to be making an orange toasted apple caramel mocktail. That's a mouthful, but let's just get right into it. And for this one, we are actually going to be using a champagne glass. For this episode, we do have a little bit of preparation, more than in any of my other videos. You need a small pan to toast your apples. So I have this cute little egg pan. I love using this. I'm just going to heat up the stove, and we're going to add a little bit of cooking spray to the pan. All right, I've got a cutting board and I've got a knife, and I'm just going to cut off a little quarter of the apple. We're gonna need about this much. The rest of the apple you can have as a tasty snack. To toast our apple and give it a nice cinnamony toasted sugar finish, we are going to take some brown sugar and cinnamon and lay it down on the cutting board. And then you're gonna see this in the other angle. We are just going to dip both sides of the apple into this mixture. And now we are going to pop this into the pan for about 1 minute on each side. I'll have my mini spatula. While we're waiting for our apple to toast, let's make the rest of the drink. I'm going to be using a champagne flute because I think it just looks a little bit more fancy. You hear that sizzle going on in the pan? We want to get it with a nice little crust. So now we're going to take some of this caramel butter syrup. You could use caramel drizzle if that's something that you want, but this is what I already had around. And we are just going to take a little bit of that, and we are going to run it on the inside of the glass. And we're going to try to keep that right in the middle. So we have a nice little layer right there. And this is when we are also going to rim this glass. Now, I know it is not typical for you to rim a champagne flute, but here we are doing it anyway. We're just gonna run a little bit of that caramel drizzle right along the outside. And for our rim, we're gonna go back in with that brown sugar and that cinnamon. We're just gonna coat the outside of the glass. I think that looks so cute. So now it is time to flip our apple. Careful with this because sugar can get very hot and you don't want to hit yourself with any of the splash, so make sure to be very careful when flipping this over. Okay, now that the apple is on the other side and almost done, we are going to take our little bit of honey and add this to the bottom of the glass. And for our last ingredient, before we add the apple as the garnish to the top, we are going to add a little bit of orange juice. Last step that I forgot to add in the ingredients is toothpicks. So you're going to need a toothpick because we're going to take the apple right off of the burner. And this pan gets a little hot, so I am going to use an oven mitt when grabbing this. And again, be very careful as apples are hot. You want to let this cool just a little bit before serving. So we are going to stick that through, push the apple just against the edge so we get both sides sticking through. Apple on both sides, we are going to lay this on top as a very sweet and easy garnish. It's the Christmas Star. The only thing that I would maybe add is a little bit of edible glitter, but I just did not have any on hand. But I think that could elevate this drink just a little bit more. But this is a toasted apple and orange caramel mocktail. Let's give it a little try. So first of all, I'm going to take the apple off. I've let it cool for a minute, but now we are going to take a little bite. If you guys have ever had roasted pineapple, it is very similar with that cinnamon and sugar. This is so good. I could have a plate of these just on their own. And now that we've tried the cinnamon apple, let's try our new mixed drink. a nice, refreshing, sweet drink. That caramel butter sauce really gives it a nice sweetness to take away any tartness from the orange juice. The cinnamon sugar rim. This is definitely one of my favorite drinks in the entire series, and make sure to let me know if you check it out. This can be a really easy addition to any holiday party, so make sure to save this video for when you're hosting yours. And cheers to episode 3. And in my next episode, we're going to be making a caramel s'mores martini, inspired by Martini Girl. I'll see you guys in the next episode.